Good evening, everyone, and thanks so much for choosing us tonight at 5:30. I'm Rosalind Giles in for Cheryl Renee. Tonight, friends and family are rallying around a 14-year-old Lee County teen who's been charged with manslaughter in the shooting death of his 10-year-old friend. Newsletter 9's Elizabeth White has been following the story, and she joins us live from the East Alabama newsroom. Good evening to you.
Good afternoon, Rosalind. A GoFundMe account on the internet has been set up to raise money to help pay for this 14-year-old's legal defense. So far, 44 people have donated a total of $2,525 to this fund. Now, the Opelika teen was arrested Friday and charged in the shooting death of a 10-year-old Beauregard boy. The shooting happened back on December 30th, and initially investigators and the coroner had said it was a tragic accident that happened after the victim, his brother, and now the accused had returned from hunting. Investigators also said the case remained under investigation at that time. Now, a petition was signed on Friday charging the teen with manslaughter. And manslaughter, to let you know, is defined as someone who recklessly causes the death of another person. And that's the most common scenario. The charge is also applicable in sudden heat of passion type situations. Juvenile court proceedings are protected and confidential under Alabama law. And we also understand a gag order has been placed on the case. Reporting in East Alabama, Elizabeth White, WTVM News Leader 9.
Elizabeth, thank you so much for that report. Today is crossover day in the Georgia legislature, and that means bills in the House or Senate must remain active for the next 10 days of the legislative session. There are several major bills on the line today. One that just passed in the bill that would legalize a type of medical marijuana to treat certain seizures or disorders now goes to the Senate. Now, the Senate will debate a bill that would ban state employee health insurance from paying for abortions. It also blocks the federal health care exchange from covering the procedure as well. The Senate will also look at making English the official language of Georgia, making driver's license exams in English only.
And our weather today going through some big changes compared to the weekend. Right now it's 49 in Columbus, already 39 in the city of Auburn, 32 in Birmingham, and 27 up in Huntsville. So a big time cool down taking place just to our north and west, and that cold area continues to move in to our area as well. Now, we've seen some of the clouds clear out, still some low clouds out there, but most spots rain free for now. We might see some drizzle at some point throughout the overnight hours tonight as those temperatures cool back down into the 30s by early tomorrow morning. So a cold start to our Tuesday in the forecast as well. And Wednesday, join us in Americas at the Walgreens location there for Weather Radio Wednesday. We'll be out there from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Eastern time. We'll have more information on this over on the website, WTVM.com/weather. We'll also be talking more about your forecast coming up in just a bit. Rosalind.
All right, thank you, Derek. 1,200 motorcyclists hit the open road this weekend to help escort a very important memorial to the Fountain City. The riders escorted the 18-wheeler carrying a replica of the Vietnam Wall in the nation's capital. It arrived at the National Infantry Museum on Sunday. The replica made a visit to Columbus back in 2010, you might remember. Now it's back to stay at the National Infantry Museum for at least 5 years. The museum recently created a new Vietnam memorial, which includes the location for the wall. Organizers say the wall will be a perfect addition to the museum.
The wall is actually a 3/4 scale replica of the Vietnam Wall in Washington. It's 240 feet long, 8 feet high. It's very, very large, very impressive, and we thought it was a wonderful addition to the museum.
A dedication ceremony will take place on March 21st. After 4 days of running about 300 miles, a very special race which took off from Fort Benning has finally ended. 6 men spent their weekend marking the run, which ended at the Fort Gordon area in Augusta. Now, Raycon reporter Tracy Washington was there when their journey ended, and she brings us a story that's all new at 5:30.
It's a tough road to recovery for those guys and transitioning back into civilian life and all that when their tour duty's over.
Jimmy Brannon is a third-grade teacher in Millen, but for the last 4 days, he's been teaching a different kind of lesson outside of school. Brannon says he wants to bring awareness to our wounded warriors.
You know, the folks that go out and serve and get injured in combat and things like that, it's just not, I don't think they get the recognition they deserve.
Brandon, along with 5 other runners, started their relay across the Peach State on Thursday. The men took turns running 3 miles apiece. Each person ran up to 18 miles a day. This is the second year Ray Miller organized the Fort Benning to Fort Gordon relay.
Our main goal is to raise awareness and to make sure that we don't forget those servicemen and women who are, fighting for us day and night.
Miller hopes that their cross-state journey will bring more recognition to the challenges soldiers face when they get back from war.
They could have been firemen or car salesmen, but they chose to be in the Army. They chose to protect the freedoms, that you and I enjoy every day. So a lot of them are getting wounded and coming home with a lot of injuries, and we just feel like, we just can't do enough. This is just a small token.
Now that the long run is over, Brandon will return to his 3rd grade class with a great story for his students and even a greater sense of appreciation for our veterans.
We'd just love to say thank you again to the veterans and the folks that are going through rehab and going through what they do to get back into regular everyday life.
Now they're still taking donations for the Wounded Warrior Project and the Fisher House. The oldest living Negro League baseball player is still going strong. He's 96 years old and can recall his time on the diamond just like it was yesterday. Roosevelt Jackson, the grandson of a slave, stopped by the WTVM studios this weekend to tell us about his time as a player. Now, he says back in the 1930s, the players were lucky to get $200 a month, and they did it just for the love of the baseball game. Now, Jackson says he doesn't like what he sees among today's players.
Some things I think about it, I disapprove the act that some of the players have, the batter, the pitcher ball close to them. The first thing they want to do is run out to the mound with the bat, and that, to me, it ain't baseball.
Jackson says he likes talking to children, helping them to see the advantages they have in life compared to when he grew up. Now, this is video of Jackson accepting an award from Ford Middle School. When he's not spending time with students, Jackson is making public appearances around the state. The ABC family is proud to announce that this year's Oscars broadcast pulled in its biggest audience in 10 years. Now, that's according to Nielsen. The show drew 43 million viewers Sunday night, showing a 6% gain versus a year ago. Show hostess Ellen DeGeneres kept the show going on air and online with social media tweets. She even brought pizza for the audience. Since the show was a little long, of course, about 3 hours and 11 minutes. Well, DeGeneres last hosted the awards show in 2007. Ellen DeGeneres was also able to break down records on social media as well. During the live show, the hostess took time to take what is now being called an epic selfie. Take a look at your screen, which has included about a dozen stars, including Best Supporting Actress winner Lupita Nyong'o, Bradley Cooper, and Meryl Streep. The tweet seen around the world was retweeted more than, get this, 2 million times, making it the most retweeted ever. So much elegance and a lot of classic Hollywood looks reigned on the red carpet last night. The stars showed out in their best dress and suits. ABC's Lara Spencer has the details on last night's Oscar fashion.
They didn't just vie for Oscar Gold, they were also battling it out for Best Dressed.
You definitely have to train to walk in a train.
Lupita Nyong'o wowed in this sky blue Prada princess gown, kicking off a blue moment shared by fellow nominees Amy Adams in Gucci and an Alexander McQueen-clad Sandra Bullock.
I'm feeling a little blue.
The men followed suit.
I just want to point out, love the navy blue.
Thank you. Oh, wow, it is navy.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you.
Whether it was Pharrell looking happy in shorts by Lanvin.
I love the Lanvin tux. You are the only man, I believe, rocking shorts.
Thank you. Thank you.
Perfect. Did you do that? Did you customize?
Yes, just a little bit.
The Dallas Buyers Club winners opting for white. This year, traditional tuxes took a backseat to creativity. And Channing Tatum admits he even has an active say in what his wife wears.
This guy said that he actually weighed in on what to wear.
Yes, he's really good. I text him pictures from the fitting and I say, what do you think about this dress or this dress? And this was hands down the winner, though.
I'm glad you approve of this reenactment.
Yeah, I mean, girls get kind of crazy about it. They're just like, oh, is it this one, but is it this one? And then, I don't know, guys are just very binary about it. It's like, that one.
While Kate Hudson says she consults with mom.
Your mom is in a gold
Versace.
All right.
We're Versace twins
Yeah.
tonight.
Do you guys like call each other up and talk fashion and stuff?
Well,
like
we
that?
live
'Cause in my head you do.
we live 7 blocks away from each other, so it's more like we just go to each other's house.
It's so fun.
Yeah, it's really fun.
And taking no chances of tripping this year, Jennifer Lawrence swears by the stair test.
Do you consider sort of the walking up the stage this year when you choose the dress?
You know, this year I actually did a stair test out in like the back staircase and got it a little dusty, but it worked.
Good.
For then.
Good.
But I did trip over a cone, so I guess I'm not safe.
But she sure was sexy with a diamond necklace dangling down her back. And how about that 31-carat stunner on Charlize Theron?
It's not about comfort tonight.
Beautiful indeed. So who do you think is the best dressed of the Oscars? We posted this question to our WTVM Facebook page and WTVM.com. So far, leading the way is Best Supporting Actress winner Lupita Nyong'o with 40.5%, followed by Gravity star Sandra Bullock and American Hustle star Jennifer Lawrence. You can continue the conversation by heading to WTVM.com and casting your vote in our poll or leaving us a comment on our WTVM Facebook page. Being in shape and eating right can oftentimes take a toll on your wallet. Coming up on the news at 5:30, find out how you can eat healthy without breaking your budget. And later, a Texas man decides to protect his home and his girlfriend by pulling out a weapon usually found in video games. We'll tell you what he used to ward off an unwelcomed guest.